The last few days I've had something weighing on my heart. I wanted to talk to you guys about it a little bit. And it's talking about life. And, you know, if you're not living life, what the hell are you doing? I mean, that's an honest question. If you're not living life, what are you doing? I think that's a good question we all need to ask ourselves as we set goals in life and we're doing things that we want to do. You know, uh, I work with the elderly population, and sometimes the people I deal with are not as old as me, even. They're just as old as me. Um, and I'm 53. And many times I see people that are not very healthy. They're pretty much confined to their apartment, sometimes confined to their chair. They don't get out, yet they continually um, focus on doing the bad habits, whether it be eating, smoking, drinking. Um, and it's kind of sad to see. I visit these people, check on them every month to see how things are going. And many times they're just waiting for the next appointment for their doctor in hopes of getting the magic pill, something that'll change their life and make their life better. The thing that, and I think it's easy for people to get into that trap, and I think, I see it out in society. This isn't just a work thing. I just see this everywhere. People get down on their luck. They're living in the past. They're depressed. They don't have any hope. And I think it's one of those things. If you aren't living life, What the hell are you doing? You know what the answer to that is? You're dying. You're dying. Um, I don't think people grasp that concept. That yeah, you're dying, and if you aren't living life, you're dying. And there's nobody that's gonna come save you. There's no magic pill. If you're putting your hopes in the doctors and the medical field to save your ass, I'm sorry, but you're putting your hope in the wrong place. You have to take out a mirror and look at yourself. You have to take control of your life and start living your life. Set some goals. Start somewhere. Educate yourself. Watch some videos. Read some books. Um, Find out what it's going to take to change your life. In many cases, maybe it's not so much, a weight loss thing, or, maybe it's a mental health thing. There's other struggles, obviously, that people have, and I understand that and get that. But what makes me sad is when people that are mentally healthy and they don't understand what's going on with their body, nor do they try to do anything to fix it. And that bothers me. There's no reason for it to be sitting around waiting for your next doctor appointment. You can't even leave your apartment. You're confined to your apartment. You can't move. You got all these health issues, and you're doing nothing about it to change your life. I'm telling you, if you're watching this video, you can change your life. I did it just a few years ago. I was almost 400 pounds. Didn't work for 15 months. Thought I was going to be disabled the rest of my life. And I went on this weight loss journey, changed my ways. I decided to do a low carb diet, which turned into keto, ketovore, even some carnivore. And it changed my life. I lost 100 pounds in over 8 months, and I was able to go back to work. Felt better about myself. I wasn't depressed anymore. I didn't have near the aches and pains or arthritis that I had before. You're not too old to change your life, and you're not too far gone that you can't make a difference in your life, let alone you can help other people make a difference in other people's lives. Um, I think it's important to start living life, my friends. And if you're on this journey, you're doing the right things, trying to make changes in your life. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep fighting, because you're worth it. You are worth every ounce of dignity and respect for yourself. And so what if you failed a few times? Heck, we all fail. And I don't even call it failing until you quit. We all have bumps in the road, but you keep fighting, you keep getting up, you pick yourself up, and you keep fighting for your life, because you're living life. That's what you're doing. And I want to encourage you, if you're watching this video, you're down and out, don't know what's next, you start somewhere, you take action. That's how you change your life, no matter what the situation is. You have to take action. There's no knight in shining armor, so to speak, that's going to come save you. There's no person that's going to make a difference for you. Now, I will say this on the faith part of it. I believe in God and Jesus, and that's a good place to start. You can always turn there, but I do think it's you got to take action yourself. And whether you start praying, whether it's, hey, I'm going to do some research, learn how to do this, learn these new, and things will come to you. You will learn how to change your life one step at a time, one day at a time. Sometimes it's one moment at a time. I just, I'm out here in the world seeing so many people frustrated, down, depressed, and there's no reason for it. You can change your life. I think the big thing for me is, I've learned to forgive other people. That helps a lot. I forgive those people that picked on me years ago when I was a kid. They called me, I can remember, back in the day, I can remember all the names they called me, all the teasing they did, all the bullying that took place. And you know what? I didn't do nothing until I didn't lose any weight until I forgave them. And I think that goes a long ways into repairing your life, is all these people that hurt you, abused you, just forgive them and let it go, because it's holding you down. It's chaining you down. And that's why you're stuck where you're at. That's why I see, you see people hurting and struggling and not changing their ways because they're so stuck in the past. They're depressed. They haven't forgiven the people that hurt them. Hurt people. And that's one of those things that when people are hurting, they tend to struggle, and not only struggle, but they reach out and hurt other people because they don't want to deal with their problems or issues. So there's kind of a big mental game when it comes to life, and you got to be prepared for that and make changes. You can't just bury stuff. The past will always come back to bite you. So get it out on the table and deal with it. And I highly recommend that if you do have some mental struggles, see a good life coach, see a counselor. I don't think that's enough. Enough of that is said. And I think sometimes that specifically men, people perceive it as weak if you don't get help. And I'm here to tell you, having worked in the mental health field, that is wrong. It takes strength to reach out and ask for help, especially as a male. You need to reach out and get some help work through some of those issues so you can change your life. And, that's how you're going to beat some of those addictions that you may have. There's many of them that you could have, but that's what people turn to. They look for an escape. They turn to some kind of addiction. There's numbers of addictions that people have. But like I said, I would not be afraid to reach out and get help, whether it be a counselor, a really good life coach. They can change your life for you and help get you on the path. You got to do the work, but they could be a good roadmap for you to get you started, look at the right places so you can change your life. And chances are, like I said, if people have a weight problem, and it's not always this, because some people do have medical issues of why they carry weight. So it's not necessarily a one-size-fits-all category, but, generally times people are hurting and struggling. They turn to food as an addiction. I was addicted to food for a very long time. Still am, especially the sugar addiction. That one's a very tough one to beat. You turn to that candy and it makes you feel good. So you instantly feel better. Well, it's only temporary. It only lasts so long, and then you feel miserable again. So, let alone you have all the side effects from it, which is weight gain, other health issues, one of those things. But, my friends, I think it's important to start living life. You owe it to yourself. You got to fight and get up every day and make some changes in your life that are positive. A negative mind will never take you to a positive place. You have to remember that. So wake up, look in the mirror, and tell yourself some great things as you're brushing your teeth, as you're combing your hair, as you're taking that nice hot shower. Tell yourself you are good enough, and you are deserving it, and you are worth it. And you have to tell yourself that every single day you get up. It will change your life, and it'll change other people's life, because then pretty soon you're positive. You're telling other people nice things as you see them. Hey, you look nice today. How are you today? You take a genuine interest in other people and try to spread that cheer to them. It's one of those things, you help one person, you've helped 1,000 people. So no little effort you put into someone is too small, because you may change that person's life and then they go on to do great big things. I call it the ripple effect. You help one thing and all of a sudden you got all these ripples. Help one person, you got all these ripples out there helping thousands of people. So it starts with you. So I encourage you, my friends, to start living life, take action, make some changes in your life, and you will get healthier, you'll be happier, and you can let go of some of that stuff that's been chaining you down, holding you down for a long time. So you can live life, be happy, and have just an amazing life. You can do this. You're never too old to start. You're never too young to start. So don't be afraid to make changes in your life. And I appreciate each and every one of you for listening. You got this. You can do this. It comes to mind is males out there, because we're not ones that reach out for help. And I know there's a lot of men out there that are struggling. They're depressed. They never feel they're good enough. Society beats on them pretty bad. Don't listen to all that crap. You're worth it. You're worthy. You can do this. Same thing with the ladies out there. You're worth it. You can do this, and you can make changes in your life. So it starts with you and making the commitment, guys, and making yourself better every day, one day at a time, one moment at a time. But hey, I appreciate your time. I just wanted to share this in hopes it helps one person. But I thank you so much, and God bless you, my friends. And, the answers come within. And like I said many times, seek God, say some prayers, see what comes to you, see what is said to you, and listen to the positive, good things that you're told. It'll change your life. I promise you. Take care, friends. God bless. Bye.